Hello everybody and welcome back to Certified Collectibles. This is another episode of First Appearance of the Week. This is Wednesday, April 9th, 2025. We'll be giving you all the first appearance in your comic shops today. Now this week we got a pretty light video for you guys, much lighter than last week. We only have 4 first appearances, 1 honorable mention, so only 5 titles long to go through, but there's definitely some books in there you guys should pick up for your collection. So let's go ahead and get started for the first appearance of the week ending April 11th, 2025. First up from DC Comics, Absolute Batman number 7. This features the first cameo appearance of the Absolute Mr. Freeze and the first full appearance of the Absolute Joker. Now, like we always tell you guys with this Absolute series from DC Comics, this is huge with fans and collectors. Every time they bring in a new Absolute version of these existing characters, especially this issue with the Joker, these are books you definitely want to have in your collection. Now, the Absolute Batman series, definitely the most popular of these Absolute titles. Every issue of this series that brings in one of these Absolute versions of existing characters, hugely popular. These are books you definitely want to own at the cover price. And in fact, this issue here features the first full appearance of this Absolute Joker and the first cameo of the Absolute Mr. Freeze. Definitely a no-brainer. This is one you definitely want to pick up. Go ahead and grab this one. Next up from Marvel Comics, Amazing Spider-Man number 1. This features the first appearance of Hellgate. Now this here is also the premiere issue of Volume 7 of Amazing Spider-Man. Now, like we always tell you guys with these Spider-Man titles, Spider-Man is probably the most popular and most heavily collected franchise for Marvel Comics. Anytime they bring in a new character to this franchise or this universe, these are books you definitely want to own at the cover price. And in fact, this here is also the premiere issue of Volume 7 of Amazing Spider-Man. This here one here, just like the first one, no-brainer, one you definitely want to pick up at the cover price. Go ahead and grab this one. Next up from Marvel Comics, Star Wars Jedi Knights number 2. This features the first full appearance of Aether Prime. Now, like we always tell you guys with these Marvel published Star Wars titles, these are books you definitely want to have in your collection whenever they introduce a new character. You know, now that they brought George Lucas back as the creator for the Star Wars franchise, you could definitely expect to see a lot different style of content hitting the small screen and big screen, and you really don't know where they're going to pull characters for the screen. If they pull this character out of the comic here, this is one you definitely want to own at the cover price. Collectors will race back and try to find this first appearance, and you definitely want to own these at release. Like we always tell you guys, anytime they bring a new character into these Marvel published Star Wars titles, these are books you want to have in your collection. Go ahead and grab this one. And finally from Marvel Comics, Storm number 7. This features the first appearance of Shango and Morrigan in story. These are thunder gods who previously appeared in the Thor and Hercules Encyclopedia Mythologica. Now this also introduces a new Silver Surfer suit, that's S-O-O-T, not S-U-I-T, a new powerful version of the Silver Surfer. Now the Storm title, this is definitely not one of Marvel's more heavily collected or more popular titles, but they are bringing a new version of the Silver Surfer into this title. So this one here may be worth picking up just for that alone. You know, the Silver Surfer, that character, incredibly popular with fans and collectors. I really don't know how popular this new Silver Surfer suit will be. That's S-O-O-T. Now, I don't know how popular this particular iteration will be, but you know, like we always say, for $3 or $4, if this goes big, you're sitting on a huge winner here. If it goes nowhere, you're out a couple dollars. But this also does feature the first appearance of this new Shango and Morrigan in story, so that also adds some collectability to this issue. Now, like I said, the Storm title series, definitely not one of the more popular or more heavily collected series, but you know, with a few first appearances and the fact they're bringing that new Silver Surfer into this issue, may be worth picking up. Maybe a little more speculative, but you know, for $3 or $4, probably still worth the pickup. Go ahead and grab this if you can. And now for the honorable mention. From Dark Horse, Vatican City number 1. The world has been overrun by a vampire apocalypse. Every man and woman and child dead except the 2,000 tourists safe behind the walls and holy relics of Vatican City. Now, I've been hearing about this title over the last few months, so there is a little industry buzz about this. Typically, anytime there's industry buzz about a specific title, those are titles you definitely want to pick up. You know, if there's industry buzz, that means they might be picked up an option for small screen, big screen projects. And you know, Dark Horse has had a lot of their titles picked up an option in the past. Like we always remind you guys, they don't actually have to make it to the screen. Just being option alone is enough to drive the price. Now this here will definitely be a little more speculative. You are specking on this, getting picked up an option, hitting the screen, getting a lot more collectors and fans to race back to the secondary market and try to find this premiere issue. But you know, like I said, Dark Horse does have a track record of getting their titles option. So this one here, great spec bet in our opinion. Grab this here for a spec if you can. So there you have the 5 titles that we have for you guys this week. Very light week, but there's definitely some books in there you guys should pick up for your collection. So please feel free to drop me some comments in the comment section below. Thumbs up if you like this video. And as always, please remember to subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Thank you for joining us here at Certified Collectibles, and we'll see you again next time.